looks to spin now on number 33, gives it up to Pitts up top. Pitts looking down low for Trent, pops out about 10 feet away from the hoop, shoots it, no good. He traveled, they call. He was blocked on the attempt, but it doesn't matter. The travel called on Matt Trent, a little bit fleet of foot in a hurry there, as he got a little nervous, I think, in his first action.
Little nervous, not a real strong shot either by Trent.
Tony Johnson brings the ball up now. No picks really set by this Asbury offense, and here's a roll though by number 44. He's fouled by 33, and Krush, the forward, scores. He's got the first 2 points for Asbury College.
And Trent showing a little bit of freshman nerves, missed the read on that defensive.
Here's Pitts now, hands it over to Ridley on the right baseline, popping out his Hammond. He looks to fake from the 15 mark. Out to Ridley once again, back up top. Pitts resets the offense, dribbles right now, looks to work on his man. Stutter step move, drives right baseline, shot fake by Hammond, dribbles into the lane, up and back, rims out, no good. Rebound almost by Asbury. Trends gets a hold of it, puts it up, no good. Too strong off the back rim, pulled down by Art McMahon. Handed off now to Tony Johnson, and here come the Eagles the other way. He drives on Pitts, now backs it out to the right wing, just above the three-point mark. Dribbles toward the top of the key now to Johnson, looks inside to Bookout. Bookout, the turnaround, fade away, nice swish.
Nothing but net right over Trends. Trends is getting raked over the coals his first couple seconds here, missing a couple shots and traveling and then getting scored on right there.
Here's Nadelhofer looking to get involved. He drives all the way to the hole, double pumps, fires good from 2. 2-4 now. The Crusaders down by a deuce, and Nadelhofer with a big steal the other way, but he loses it out of bounds.
Nadelhofer, his first 2 points of the Wheaton College season here, takes control, giving it to Trends a couple times, decides to take it himself and gets the first deuce of the season.
Asbury inbounds. Price now working against Ridley, who's improved his defensive skills, hopefully, since last year. They say he has. Here comes the pass. Up top pops Johnson. He's free at the top of the key. Fakes Pitts, loses the ball. Now it's controlled by number 33. Puts it up. Air ball. Rebound brought down by Trent. He clears it to Nadelhofer, looking to push it the other way. A great no-look bounce pass to Ridley on the right wing. He fires from 3, back rim too hard. Pulled down by Art McMahon for the Eagles of Asbury College, and back they come. Wide open on the right side is a 3. Good from Jason Price on the right wing. Ridley too slow in getting back.
Yeah, Ridley took a look at the bench after they shot the 3, hoping that Coach Harris didn't see it, but he saw it, and Ridley knows he needs to read that defensive play and get his butt down there on defense.
6-2 Crusaders with a 4-point deficit in the early going. Nadelhofer backs his man in, spins toward the hoop. He's blocked, and it's brought down by Asbury. They're hurrying the other way. McMahon controlling on the left side, looks to work on Hammond all the way to the hole and lays it in.
Wheaton College, uncharacteristic, bad defense early on here. On offense, Wes Pitts hasn't touched the ball now, but he's bringing it up, right?
Slow going in the early going for the Crusaders. Here's Pitts between the legs, dribble around a Nadelhofer screen. He draws the double, stops and pops. No good, and the shooting is off for the Crusaders early on, Christian.
And a lot of one-on-one moves here early on. That's usually more of a team offensive approach by the Crusaders.
Yeah, no picks being set early on for the Crusaders. Here's McMahon down low. He puts it in over Hammond, who went for the gamble on the steal. That's a 10-2 run now in the first starting period here for Asbury College. The Eagles catching the Crusaders off guard as Nadelhofer crosses the timeline now. Dribbles toward the middle on the spin move. Fakes the pull-up, stutter steps now between the legs once, twice. Now finds Ridley wide open underneath for the lay-in. 10-4.
The last basket on the defensive end, Nadelhofer thought Coach wanted a timeout. He knows that the Crusaders aren't playing that well, but a great basket, good look by...
Here's Johnson making the move on Pitts as Christian at a loss for words right there. Pitts pulls down a huge rebound and looks to push it the other way. Ahead to Nadelhofer, makes a sweet pass behind him, back to Ridley, and he lays it in. Unbelievable move by Nadelhofer.
That's what he's known for.
I was calling that. I started saying he was going to pass it before it even happened. You just knew it was coming. Nadelhofer looking for the sweet dish as he often does. Here's Tony Johnson throwing the skip pass across court, controlled by McMahon, who drives the right baseline on Hammond, looks to throw it out. Nadelhofer got a hand on it, but it's back to McMahon. He kicks it outside, trying to make the move was Art McMahon. McMahon now controls between the legs, resets the offense for the Eagles of Asbury.
The Crusaders are playing great defense now. They're in the game.
They're starting to apply themselves. Here's Ridley beat back door, and the layup is no good though on the lefty reverse. Nadelhofer with a quick outlet. He's driving up the court now in from the left side, goes all the way last. Oh, count the basket. Nadelhofer punches his fist in the air, and it's 10-8. The Crusaders have drawn to within 2. Nadelhofer will go to the line to shoot one.
And Nadelhofer is igniting the crowd here as well as the net at Crusader Crazy Central. He took it to the hole, got the foul. Nadelhofer is really the catalyst here. The Crusaders suddenly are only down by 2 after being down 2-10 early on. Nadelhofer is picking up the slack right now.
He's sparking what's now a 7-0 run as he puts in the free throw, drawing the Crusaders to within 1. A 10-9 score now. Asbury up top after they took an early lead. Here comes Johnson the other way. Pitts is guarding him. Johnson between the legs, popping out as McMahon. He fakes, and he walked with the ball. The Crusaders have it.
The defense is getting going for the Crusaders, and they're starting to turn Asbury into a middle school-like opponent, I think.
I think it was just a matter of time before the Crusaders let their minds and their legs and catch up with them and really got into this game mentally. I think they just got caught off guard by that quick Eagles outlet there at the beginning. And here comes Pitts across the timeline to the top of the key. He finds Ridley popping up wide open at 3, off the mark to the left, and out to the rebound is Tony Johnson. Johnson pushing it ahead. Here comes McMahon. He's blocked by Ridley, and a great rebound by Pitts. He immediately comes the other way, pushes it to Nadelhoff for a wise move. Nadelhoff leaves it for Ridley. The layup is good.
Nadelhoffer's giving some great passes to guys on the court, and they're shooting 2-foot layups on the run. It's beautiful basketball.
He's just feeding him and feeding him. Here's Johnson stopping from way deep, good 4 feet beyond the three-point line. Just stopped and popped, nothing but the bottom of the net as we cross the 15-minute mark in the first period. It's 13-11 now. The Crusaders are down. Nadelhofer works on the left side. Spin move goes toward the hole. He's almost fouled, but he lays it in. No call. I thought he was going to get one there. A little bit of contact, but a nice finish by Nadelhofer. What concentration as Johnson brings it back the other way on Pitts. Pitts, a great defender. Coach Harris called him possibly the best he's ever seen. And here's Ridley trying to defend number 21, Jason Price, but he gets away the 3, and it's good. 16-13, the Crusaders down by 3 with 14:25 left in the first half. Here come Pitts now working the other way. Dribbles off to the left wing. Now works back to the top of the key. He makes the move on his man. Crossover dribble. Pulls it up now outside to Nadelhofer. Thought about a shot, but dismissed that quickly. He's looking to feed it inside. A great pass to Trends, who lays it in. An unbelievable catch there. Trends, a bullet pass from Nadelhofer. What a move.
Trends showing some great athleticism there.
Here's Johnson driving. He penetrates and kicks it out to McMahon. His 15-footer on the way. No good. Ridley can't pull down the rebound. And number 21 grabs him. Pitts with a swat and a half. They're going to call the foul, though. He got him with the body.
The defense of Wheaton is picking up its steam every possession, Brent. You can see that just giving the Crusaders tremendous ball handling skills, giving them 2-foot layups on the run.
I think Coach is taking advantage of these free throws as the first one's good from Price, making it 16-15 now. The Crusaders actually 17-15 scoreboard, a little slow there, but I think Coach wants to tell Nadelhofer a few things he's seen out there and help him to orchestrate the set court offense a little better. Second free throw rolls around and is good. Hammond brings it down now and gives it to Wes Pitts, working his way up court. Marcus Nelson, of course, providing a spark last year in the Grinnell game. Came off the bench to hit quite a few threes. He led the JV team last year in three-pointers made. Here's Marcus getting the ball now out top. He looks inside to Hammond. Hammond kicks out for Ridley. Back. They play a little one-on-one basketball inside. Hammond the turnaround from 4. Good. A nice move by Hammond, showing the touch inside. Pulls the Crusaders to an 18-17 deficit. Here comes Johnson the other way, working on Pitts. He goes cross-court. Popping out is Jason Price. Price working on Ridley. Almost lost the dribble now. Works around the screen. Gives it to Johnson. He beats Pitts on the baseline. Good help by Marcus Nelson, but his man, Art McMahon, is freed, but he shoots it way hard off the glass and out of bounds. Crusader ball.
The Crusaders are picking up a little bit on defense. Wes Pitts is going to take a seat here. Matt Nadelhofer in the ball game. Oh no, Wes Pitts is going to inbound the ball in front of the Crusaders bench. Charles Ridley taking his seat. Ridley showing some little bit cold shooting in the early on, but that's okay because we know Ridley is a primetime player and he'll average 50% probably from three-point line again.
That's right. Marcus Nelson coming in. He fought very hard for that sixth man spot with Travis Senek. We'll probably see him quite a bit tonight as well. Here's Pitts working around a screen by Nadelhofer. Now gives it up to Nadelhofer up top. The back door for Pitts. He lays it in.
Beautiful. Wes Pitts, great elevation too. He's having a little problem with his knees this year, but he had great elevation on that layup.
And what body control Pitts had to lay that thing in with absorbing all the contact that he received from Johnson. Here's Johnson working on him now at the top of the key. He dribbles to the right side. Hammond denying the ball that Johnson was looking to pass. He pulls up from deep again, shoots it, air ball this time from 3. The save attempt is given right to Nadelhofer. He works the other way. Left hand dribble now across half court. Pulls up top of the key.
Oh yeah.
How many laps are we going to see the Crusaders get tonight, Chris?
I think that's 4 assists for Nadelhofer, and they're calling a timeout. Asbury can't handle Nadelhofer. They call a timeout. Nadelhofer's got at least 4 assists, probably 5. Boy, he's on pace to break his record for last year, Brett.
Unbelievable. 21-18 now. The Crusaders on top by 3, and Nadelhofer averaged 8 from the ball so well. Just feeding guys tonight. Feeding them, Christian.
That's right. His record is 20 assists in a game set last year. He holds a school record. He's got 5 already tonight.
Here's Price popping out now after the inbounds, and he misses on his 3 attempt. Hammond with the outlet to Nadelhofer. He pushes up the court. Nelson open underneath, and the Crusaders look to pass it down low. Nadelhofer with a nice pass, but it was tipped away by Johnson. He kind of got an errant hand on the ball, and Wes Pitts now picks it up from 3. He launches the pull-up, no good. Trends with an offensive rebound, fakes and shoots. It's good, but they're going to call it travel. Matt Trends shuffling the feet once again, but I tell you, I liked his aggressiveness on the board so far, Christian.
Very aggressive. What he did was he pump faked, and the guy went up in the air, and he pump faked again, and I think Trends actually left his feet. They called it, but very aggressive. He's going to the hoop. He's shaking off those freshman nerves, I think, and he's looking pretty good, right?
I like to see that. I think that's why coach is leaving him in there, that aggressiveness. Here's the pass down low to McMahon. It's no good, his offering, but it's rebounded by number 53, the big 6'6" Ben Bookout, and he puts it back. 21-20 now after that stick back. The Crusaders with a 1-point lead. 11:34 left in this first half of this Crusader first ball game of the year, the premier showing of these Crusader guards-oriented team here. Nadelhofer pulls up now from top of the key, gets it inside. Hammond is behind the back pass to Trends, and it's no good. It's tied up, and a jump ball call. I tell you, a little guard there. Price reached in there, and Trends knocked him down. The jump ball called, though, it'll go to Asbury.
Yeah, Trends showing some great strength in there. He had hold of the ball, and he was pulling, and the other player was pulling, and Trends actually threw the other player on his back, incidentally, but...
Price, a 5'10" freshman, Trends, a 6'8" freshman, so quite a bit of weight and height given up there. We don't have weight statistics, rather. Here's inside Asbury College controlling, 52 with an offering, no good. It's brought out of there finally by Nadelhofer through a number of players behind the back. He gives it to Pitts now. Actually, he faked it, gave it to Hammond, and they're going to call a charge on Nadelhofer. I can't believe it. He's yelling in the ref's face right now, and I tell you, it looked like a block to me. Art McMahon doing the job of getting in front of Nadelhofer. They say he was out of control. He left his feet before he threw that pass, and I think it was a decent call, actually.
It was a good call there, Nadelhofer. He's not happy about it. Obviously, he had a great pass. Would have had a layup and another assist in the other end. A lot of motion when you're flying forward and making a great pass like that. But it was a good call, and Pitts settles Nadelhofer down. So
here's Johnson now working around a screen, gives it down low to the Bookout. He pops out for a 3. Their big 6'6" center popping out for a 3. Something unexpected. Pitts comes away with the board. Spin move across half court. Has it knocked away from behind, though, by Bookout, making a nice recovery on the black ball. Up top is McMahon now. Pulls up from about 10. Way off the mark. And a foul is going to be called. Marcus Nelson over the back of Steve Crump, who's coming to the ball game. Number 52, a 6'2" junior guard for the Eagles. And he'll go to the line, I think, as we're... No, actually, it's going to be inbounded from the baseline, Asbury College. 21-20 Crusaders.
Transition baskets.
I tell you, they outlet that ball very quick, and the guards look to push it. Here's the inbounds from Asbury. It's going to go into the back court, where 21 finally pulls it down. That's Jason Price. He works up top now, Ridley checking him. Quite a bit of wasted time there for the Asbury Eagles. Luckily for them, the shot clock was new after that rebound there. So here comes Price working around the screen. Ridley able to recover. Almost lost and almost out of bounds from Price. He goes up top now to Steve Crump. Crump looking to go inside for 13. Can't get it. Popping out now is Bookout up top. Trends is on him. They got him all the way at the top of the key. And here's the pass. Aaron thrown right to Rob Hammond. He gets it ahead to Nadelhofer. Nadelhofer surveys the field. Gives it to Ridley going inside. Stops. Unable to hit on the quick pull-up J from about 4 feet. Here's Pitts grabbing it. An athletic way to evade the defender. Gives it to Hammond now from the baseline. A 3 on the way. No good. Trends with an offensive board. He goes up hard. Blocked from behind. Almost gets it again, but Johnson corrals it. Johnson's going to cross half court. It's 2 on 3. He's going to pull it up now. No, he fakes the 3. He's been known to shoot that so far this game. And here's 52 with a 3-point offering quickly. No patience on offense for Asbury. And a 3 on 3 the other way. Nadelhofer, a nice no-look. Pretty move by Charles Ridley. The fear scores. And it's a 23-20 lead for the Crusaders. But quickly back are the Eagles of Asbury College. Tony Johnson now pulls up from 3 again. He fires a little front rim action there. Here's Pitts coming the other way, but Tony Johnson, frustrated, reaches in and fouls Pitts.
You can tell that Asbury just doesn't know what to do with Wheaton College's defense. They've thrown it into the arms of the Crusaders about 3 or 4 times. They're just throwing the ball away, and the Crusaders are making good on the turnovers.
I tell you, Tony Johnson, their point guard, just runs around. He's pulled up for 3s 4 times. times already this game. Not something you see from a normal set offense. Here's the skip pass on the left baseline is Ridley, and a blocking foul called on Price as Ridley tried to make the move around him. A good shot fake there by Ridley.
Yeah, great move in there by Ridley. Ridley knowing to take the three, fakes the three.
23-20 Trends, a little difficulty handling Pitt's inbound pass, but Ridley controls it now on the left wing. Baseline open for three is Pitts. His offering front rims and goes wide. Steve Crump is there for the board for Asbury, and he pushes it ahead. James Price unable to haul it in, but finally does corral it. He's swatted by Hammond, but they're going to call a foul. Jason Price doing a good job of getting inside there, but I thought Hammond had a clean block.
Yeah, tough call on Rob Hammond there. Rob Hammond came over and swatted the ball, and strong enough to get through the arms and jump up high enough and just lay it in unmolested.
Price's first free throw attempt, no good. The Crusaders still up by 3, 23-20, 8:54 left in the first half now. And you're right, Trends has really worked hard getting those boards underneath. He's got to work at finishing those off a little better follow-up. I think part of the problem is he's been stuck underneath the glass a lot of the time trying to get those up. Scotty Olson now reporting to the game, the senior tri-captain for the Crusaders, getting a little bit of work out here. It was 8:53 left in the game. The second free throw good. The Crusaders up 23-21, and Nadelhofer controlling the offense now gives it to Hammond on the right wing. Hammond looking inside for Olson. Now he goes up top for Ridley. Pitts chases down the errant pass, and Ridley wide open for three. He shoots. Good.
And Trends took a seat there. Olson's in for Trends. And Olson's a hard worker, folks. He does the stuff that people don't see. He's a great practice player. That's why Coach Harris likes him.
Hammond the missteal. Another skip pass to Johnson on the right wing. Pitts is defending him, and his pass, a desperation attempt out to 52. His shot, no good off the back rim, and Olson brings down the board. 26-21 Crusaders. Nadelhofer looking to survey the field here. Pulls up at the top of the key. Stutter step. Spin move down a sweet pass to Hammond, who lays it in with the left. Unbelievable pass from Nadelhofer.
Nadelhofer's got 7 unofficial assists on my count right now, Brett.
Unbelievable. Looking one way, throwing the other, spinning in all kinds of directions. Here's Johnson now working for the Eagles the other way. 52 driving to the hole. They call a block on Olson. He thought he had position as Steve Crump going hard to the hole. He'll go to the line to shoot two as the Crusaders have a 7-point lead. 28-21 with 7:54 left to go in this first half, Christian.
Too bad for Scotty Olson. He's trying to take that. Very encouraging for the Crusaders. Also, Brett, it seems like Matt Nadelhofer's trying to make a statement tonight. I think he's going after a record.
Unbelievable. Here's the first free throw attempt. No good from Asbury. Steve Crump 0 for 1 from the line tonight. 7:54 left in the game. As I said, the Crusaders up by 7. Crump taking his time at the line now. Dribbles, shoots. His offering is good. That pulls him to within 6 here. And the Crusaders looking to score here. Matt Nadelhofer's done a great job so far. He's led the offense. He's done exactly what Coach Harris has expected him to do this season. He's come in really taking a leadership role. Him and Pitts sharing the burden so far, Christian. But I tell you, we haven't seen Pitts drive to the hole very much so far. He really is going according to Bill Harris's plan and being a decoy, and Ridley and Nadelhofer doing most of the penetration and scoring so far. Here's Hammond left wide open up top for a three. His offering no good. Wes Pitts almost corrals the rebound, but it's controlled by Asbury. Johnson pushes it quickly the other way, crosses half court between the legs, now makes the move on Pitts. Out top on the right wing. He gives it down low to the baseline to Price. Price works on Ridley now, looking inside but can't find anybody. He drills up to the right wing, now out to the top of the key and resets the offense. Jason Price looking inside now. They can't find anything. No screens really set by this Asbury offense. They reverse the ball all the way to Johnson on the left wing. Here's Pitts checking him. He pulls up just inside the three-point line. Here's Price popping out. They find him, and he's got it for three.
That's Ridley again. Didn't quite get there in time. Unfortunately, Ridley might see his playing time a little limited because Coach Harris is up off the bench yelling in his direction. So we'll see if he can improve in the second half.
That was the first time we've seen good patience for Asbury in this entire game and a three-point effort out of it. Here's Nadelhofer, a sweet pass to the back door. Ridley scoring, and Nadelhofer knew it. He lifted his hands as soon as he threw it. He knew it was going to be good. Crusaders up 5, 30-25 as Johnson making a move from the right wing on Pitts. Now around a screen up to the top of the key. Sets the offense, whatever kind of offense it is here. Lack of screens completely, Asbury. The Eagles setting no screen. Not very physical team here, perhaps because of their smaller size. Price comes and gets it now from Steve Crump up top. He dribbles right, crosses over on Ridley, penetrates all the way to the hole, dishes off for Crump, and Crump lays it in. Actually, that's Brody Taphorn just checking the game, laid it in. A little bit of contact, no foul call, though. The Crusaders a three-point lead with 6:14 to go as Matt Nadelhofer crosses half court. Now he's working on Steve Crump. He backs him down now, looking to make the spin move. He does all the way. Hammond now receives the pass. He's hammered by about 3. Pick 'em Asbury defenders.
Great pass again by Nadelhofer. And Nadelhofer's still wondering why they didn't call a charge on the other end. Nadelhofer went hard down.
Shy as far as talking to the refs in the early going so far. He's had a couple of issues to take with them so far as Hammond drops the first free throw good. 31-27, Crusaders looking pretty good on offense, I'll tell you that, so far in this young season. Hammond's second offering good. 32-27 now, Crusaders with 6:03 left in the first half. Coming the other way is Asbury, the Eagles, led by Jason Price here. He's controlling the ball up top. He gives it to Tony Johnson, who pops out. I tell you, they've both shot a lot of threes. He looks underneath. Hammond gets a hand on the pass, but it's controlled instead. Here's Olsen with some good help defense. They go cross court and a travel. A little excited there with Steve Krusich. He was not able to make the move. Good help defense by the Crusaders. Scotty Olsen doing a good job, as well as Rob Hammond down low.
And Nadelhofer got him to travel. Nadelhofer ran over to him right away and assumed a defensive position, and the guy just traveled.
All kinds of highlights being provided by Nadelhofer thus far in the game. It's tapped out of bounds, though, right there. A good hand by Steve Crump getting a hand on Nadelhofer's dribble. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Crusaders ball.
You don't see that too often. Matt Nadelhofer getting the ball tipped away from him when he's dribbling.
That's true. He takes very good care of the ball, and I tell you, that's why they have to respect him, and he gets so much room for those great passes he throws. The inbounds comes to Scotty Olsen now. Olsen sees Pitts wide open on the left baseline. He goes inside for Hammond. Out top to Nadelhofer. Fake shot. Goes in from about 8 feet. The runner is good, and Nadelhofer lifts a hand in the crowd as he's giving the Crusaders a 7-point advantage. Johnson, backdoor is 53, wide open. Bookouts offering air ball. Hammond pulls it down and back the other way in a hurry. Are the Crusaders trying to recover as Asbury, but they can't. The pass behind Pitts, however. Up top now to Hammond. A good save by Pitts. Hammond's pass intercepted immediately by Johnson. Behind the back goes to the left side. Hammond blocks it. He was no match. Hammond a foot taller than the fleet of foot Johnson. Here's Pitts pulling up from three. No good. Way off the back. He gets his own and lays it in with the left. West Pitts following the shot. How many times do coaches tell their players to follow the shot? It pays off there. West Pitts giving the Crusaders a 9-point advantage, 36-27, but a backdoor cut by Asbury. A great lapse in defense there, and Art McMahon with an easy deuce. Not sure what happened, but a big breakdown on defense for the Crusaders.
No one was covering that man. He was on the weak side yelling for the ball, and he got it and walked in unmolested for the layup.
McMahon with an easy deuce there. Nadelhofer now picks up his dribble. McMahon on him. He hands off now to Pitts, who comes over to get it. Johnson guarding him. Pitts picks up his dribble on the right wing, gives it to Ridley on the baseline. Ridley reverses it. Scotty Olsen wide open up top. He gives it inside to Hammond with his back to the basket on the right block. Hammond makes the move toward the middle. Outlets for Pitts. Wide open from three. It's long and pulled down by Steve Krusich. And back the other way come the Eagles of Asbury. Good hesitation move here, but better defense by Nadelhofer. He knocks it away. Dives on the ball. They're going to say he was out of bounds. Wow, a great effort there by Nadelhofer going to the floor, trying to make a save, and did, but they say it was just a little bit too late. His shoulder rubbing in the out of bounds stripe, and the Crusaders will forfeit that possession. A new shot clock, though, for the Eagles.
And West Pitts starting to get involved in this game a little bit more offensively, but his shot seems to be off so far. He's missed on about 3 3-pointers, but it's good to see West getting involved, too.
36-29, Crusaders on top with just under 4 minutes to go in this first half of Crusader basketball. Inside now go the Eagles to number 42. 42 going to get it back out, and Jeremy Orm is just checked into the game, the guard for the Eagles. He dribbles around a couple of screens. Nadelhofer now guarding him. Ridley with the double team, and Nadelhofer with a strip and a behind the back dribble to elude McMahon. He comes up across the court now, reached by McMahon, not called. He hands off to Pitts. Pitts has it now on the right wing. Looks to set up the offense. Patiently popping out is Charles Ridley. Grabs the ball, now drives the baseline. He gives it to Hammond on the opposite side of the hoop. He kicks it back out. Pitts takes the three from the top, around and out. Brought down. Pitts off the mark early, and Jeremy Orm comes the other way for the Eagles of Asbury College. Looks to set the offense. Ridley is on him well above the top of the key. He's nowhere near any scoring range, and popping out finally off a screen is number 33, Art McMahon. He gives it reversed up top now. Back to McMahon. No, it's Johnson popping out on the right side around a screen. He drives the lane from about 10 feet. No good. And the rebound mishandled but saved by the Eagles. Johnson has it on the left side, now on the wing. Inside to McMahon. The double pump somehow squeaks over the rim and in. They pulled it within 36-31 as Nadelhofer receives the inbounds from Pitts and walks it up court.
And Pitts is struggling early on here. He's having a hard time hitting these open threes. But it's encouraging to see the big man Scotty Olsen and Rob Hammond kicking these things out to the guards. They're wide open for these threes that they've been taking.
And that's the Crusaders' strength. I mean, it's the first game of the season. Not a surprise that Pitts might be off a little bit here. And it's okay. If he was knocking these down, they'd have a huge lead. Here's Ridley driving the lane. Now gives it to Olsen. His three from the left baseline. No good. Hammond, the offensive tip effort. No good. He gets his own again. The fadeaway. Good with the jump up from Rob Hammond. Banked it in and got the foul on number 42. He'll go to the line. The Crusaders up 7 with a chance to make it 8.
Great.
It's got to be pointed out, though, Asbury's not a very strong team inside either. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we go against the Millicans and Augustanas that have some of these guys inside that can bang around and bruise around, and Wesleyan as well.
Good point.
Here come the Eagles as Hammond had made the free throw, makes it 39-31. The offering on the left side, a quick hurried effort from Steve Crump. It's brought down by Nato Hoffer. The bounce pass ahead to Ridley. Ridley scoop shot, rims good. Ridley a creative little effort there, driving the lane. The Fear has scored again. Back the other way comes Asbury. Number 14, Johnson, his pass, no good. Nato Hoffer the other way. He's got Hammond with him. He pulls up now, fakes the pull-up, and lays it in. Nato Hoffer doing it all. He scores there. He had the pass before. A delay of game warning, though, I think, as Nato Hoffer grabbed the own score and threw it out of bounds. I don't think it was any vicious or malicious attempt there, but definitely a little bit of cockiness on the part of Matt Nato Hoffer.
He was just excited. He wanted to touch that ball after he scored and just thank the ball for taking a nice roll for him.
Pitts is out, and Marcus Nelson in for him now for the Crusaders, who have a 12-point lead, 43-31 with a minute and a half left in the first period of play. Ridley overplaying the passing lanes, missed steal there. Here's Nato Hoffer guarding number 44, drive. We got a little excited. Krusich called for the travel on that spin move, and Marcus Nelson will inbound for the Crusaders.
That's the second Asbury player who has traveled when Matt Nato Hoffer ran up to him and tried to play defense on him. So that's kind of interesting. Nato Hoffer maybe might be the real fear of this basketball team, and he'll take a seat. Travis Senek, the freshman, is going to come in, and looks like Marcus Nelson's going to run the point now.
I tell you, Nato Hoffer in the past, not known for his defensive intimidation. However, tonight has done a great job. And Travis Senek also, as you pointed out, and Marcus Nelson, the young future backcourt perhaps, along with Ridley, and they're the three-guard offense. Here's Hammond, the fadeaway effort around and out. That thing was down and just spit it back out there. A nice effort there from Rob Hammond, but no good. Asbury quickly pushing the other way is Jason Price. He makes the move on the Fear and lays it in. Wow, a nice move there. Price able to keep control of his body and stop it and shoot from 5. Nothing but the bottom of the net there. They pulled it within 10. 43-33. Under a minute left in the first half of play. Senek gives it out to Marcus Nelson on the right wing. Inside they play some two-man game. Nelson's three on the way. Back rim, no. Rob Hammond's tip rolls. No good. Tips again. Good. Did not want to go down, but Hammond made it.
Great offensive rebounding by the Crusaders.
Rob Hammond getting those hands up, very active on the glass, a great job. And with half a minute left in the game, or the first half of the game rather, it's 45-33 Crusaders on top. They've looked impressive in the early going. Price driving to the hole now for Asbury, loses it out of bounds.
And the gym's starting to crank up here, folks. Everybody's realizing that the Crusaders are playing their type of ball. They're dictating what's going on out here. Hammond's going to take a seat. Olsen's in. And here come the Crusaders.
Very encouraging offensive signs early on for the Crusaders, and the defense has shaped up since the early going as well. They've tightened the clamps defensively, and Marcus Nelson controlling the point now for the Crusaders. Tony Johnson checking him. He gives it to the right wing. Ridley looks to make the move. He drives, stops from about 15. No good. On the glass was Senek, and he got it to tip to Ridley, but Ridley was out of bounds at the time. Wow, good crash in the boards there by Senek. The guard getting in there. He also basically playing three-man right now. Him and Ridley kind of both playing a kind of a 2 or a 3 at this point in time. And James Price hurrying up now. 1 second left in the game. Fires from half court. Woefully short. The Crusaders a 12-point lead at half. 45-33, and they're looking sharp offensively. Matt Nato Hoffer really being the spark getting it done.
Nato Hoffer is really the key word for this first half, Brent. Early on, it was 10-2 in favor of Asbury. Nato Hoffer decided to not let the freshman Trents take any more shots. Instead, he was going to take it in himself. Toss it in the court for the second half, Brett.
I tell you, if Nato Hoffer can get on the boards a little bit, he could get a triple-double. He's got 11 points and 10 assists already, and that's only in one half of basketball. As we finally get underway here in the second half, Matt Nato Hoffer leading the way for the Crusaders. Kicks it up all the way across court to Pitts, now looking inside to Trentz. Trentz going hard to the hole. He's fouled. They'll go to the line for 2 shots, looking to increase the Crusader lead to 14 points.
Interesting stats here, Brent. Asbury was 3 of 3 from three-point land, 100%, where Wheaton was only 1 of 10. Ridley was the leading Wheaton, hitting the only three-pointer. He's 1 of 3 from three-point land tonight. Nadelhofer is leading in assists, of course, with 10. The school record, incidentally, was set by Matt Nadelhofer versus Grinnell last year, 229.96 in the NCAA tournament. It's 20 assists in a game, Brett, so we're going to keep an eye on that tonight.
All right, here's the second offering on the way. No good after the first one was made by Trent. Back the other way comes Price on the attack for the Eagles of Asbury College. He pulls it up now at the top of the key. Ridley all over him, denying the pass was Pitts, but he's unable to get to it. It's a successful pass to Tony Johnson. Now he just exchanges places with Price, who pops out on the left wing. Here comes number 33 inside. His shot attempt no good. He was in between Hammond and Trent, couldn't get it off cleanly, and Art McMahon's offering no good. It goes out of bounds. They're going to rule it Crusader ball.
That's a weird call. It looked like Wes Pitts tipped the ball out of bounds. No one even dove for it, and the ref farthest away from the ball called the Wheaton ball.
So Pitts brings it the other way for the Crusaders, looking to get hot early here in the second half and really send home a message. Hammond's pass inside intended for Trends, I believe. It might have been Ridley who was cutting to the hole, but it's taken away. And back the other way comes Price working on Pitts. He's got Johnson wide open on the left side. He stops and fakes the shot. Back out to Price. A kick, though, by Wes Pitts on that pass. Out of bounds. Ball goes to Asbury College.
It'll be interesting to see, Brent, if Matt Nadelhofer will come out again and try to take control of the game like he did early on in the first half by going to the hole and giving some great no-look behind-the-back passes to guys standing underneath the basket.
The inbounds finally comes. It's to number 44, Steve Krusich. Both teams playing the same starters they did at the beginning of the game. For the Crusaders, that's Nadelhofer, Trends, Pitts, Ridley, and Hammond. Asbury College with the ball now. Tony Johnson with his backcourt mate, Price. Here's the handoff now to number 33, Art McMahon. He fires from the right side for three. No good. Here's Pitts bringing it the other way. Leaves it for Ridley. Three-pointer on the way, and good! Bottom of the net for Ridley. He's 2 for 4 from there.
Good to see Ridley hit that three.
There's a bounce back cross court, stolen by Hammond, back the other way, and hurry of the Crusaders. Nadelhofer looking to do some damage here. He pulls it back out. Hammond's three from just where Ridley shot. Back rim just a bit too hard. Brought down by Ben Bookout, and he comes the other way with it. Tony Johnson now with it, crossing half court. It's Johnson, Price, McMahon, Krusich, and Bookout for the Eagles of Asbury. And around a screen goes Johnson. He makes the move on Pitts. Now to Price, his offering just inside the three-point line. No good. Brought down aggressively by Trent. And Nadelhofer back the other way. Looks to go all the way to the hole. He does. He scores. Anybody out there in the arm to me? He says a little something to the ref. He did get hit. No call, though. He lays it in anyways. 51-33, the Crusaders with an 18-point lead and a timeout called by Asbury. They've got to take one, Christian.
That's right. Crusaders bursting out suddenly, led by Ridley's three, and then Nadelhofer takes control and just goes to the hole. As he's getting a little bit older in the program, to lead him maybe to an All-American status like Nate Frank had.
He joins Mike Schauer on the assistant coaching staff. That spot vacated by Jerry Gilsdorf, who's now coaching the head coach at Gordon College in Massachusetts, as Asbury throws it away, but it's off the leg of Matt Nadelhofer. It'll stay Asbury College ball. 51-33, Crusaders on top. Brent Michelle and Christian Magoon coming to you live from Centennial Gymnasium. Crusaders underway in their first game of the season. We got 17:39 left in the first half, and a foul called on the inbound. I believe it's on Matt Trends. It is indeed. The Crusaders, though, up by refs. I don't think so. Here they're stopping play now. Let's see if they haven't put more time on the board.
Yeah, the Crusader bench noticed it. Mike Burke was standing up.
Oh, my. Overturning my decision. Here's the inbounds to number 44. He gives it back to Johnson around his screen. Enters the lane, fires it. No good, an errant pass, but it's corralled by number 53, Ben Bookout, and he lays it in, cutting into the Crusader lead. It's 51-35 now. Crusaders on top. Nadelhofer controlling on the right wing. He looks inside for Hammond. Can't get him. He's going to reverse it up top to Ridley. Swings it all the way down around to Hammond, who goes to the other side of the block. A great pass to Trends. He lays it up. No good off the back rim. Brought down by Bookout, and Johnson comes the other way on the right side. He looks to push between the legs, dribble, almost lost it, but does control it now. He makes the move on Pitts. Around him all the way to the cup. No good, though. Pulled down by Pitts. I don't think that's going to get Pitts, pride going, and he's going to really put on a show, I think. Here, he stops and pops. Fires right in the face of Johnson, but it's no good. Pitts really attempting to send a message there. I think Johnson coming back the other way. He goes to his left now, spins around, brings it back out top, gives it to Price. Price down low for number 33. He goes to the hole, lays it in between between Trends and Nadelhofer. Tough move there for Art McMahon. He's only 6'1", in amongst the trees there, doing a good job of laying that one in. 51-37 now. Wheaton on top, 16:26 left in the ball game.
Great ball handling allowed him to weave in and out and make that shot.
And we have alumni Jeff Pringle on hand. Here's Rob Hammond, lays it up, no good. He missed the dunk, but finally fouls it with a good shot. 53-37. Jeff Pringle has made his way to the ball game. Of course, he was the voice of Wheaton College sports radio for the last 3 years. He's now moved on to other things now. He's working for Jones Spacelink, but just to acknowledge his presence in the building tonight. Here comes the other way, Asbury College. The pass inside, no good. And a great pass from Hammond out to Nadelhofer. He looks to push it from the left side, lays it in and good. 55-37 Crusaders.
Nadelhofer with 14 and 10 assists.
Back the other way comes Johnson now. He walks it up on Pitts. Between the legs dribble, looks on his left side. No screens against that. He fires. Just pulls up and back rims that one. The long rebound to book out his offering. The fadeaway, no good. And Rob Hammond grabs the board. He hands it off to Nadelhofer now. Long up court pass to Ridley. Ridley on the right wing picks up the dribble and gives it back to Nadelhofer to set up the offense. Pitts pops out on the right side. Nadelhofer doesn't go to him. He goes, dribbles over to the right wing himself, reverses it to Ridley just inside three from the left side. No good. Rebound fight between Trends and Steve Krusich, but it's brought down by Asbury and they bring it ahead. Number 14, Johnson, all the way to the rack. And wow, Nadelhofer looked for a charge there. I thought he might have had it, but Johnson showing he's got some quickness. He can really take it to the hole, Christian.
Yeah, Johnson put the ball on the side, almost like on his pocket, and lost it a little bit, looked down and basically ran into Nadelhofer, but they're going to call the block on Matt, and they're taking it to the hole.
Here's Price getting the inbounds. He goes all the way to the rack where he's hammered, but no call. They call that a clean block by Trends and Marcus Nelson, both getting a hand on the ball. I tell you, on that previous play, it looked to me like Johnson was going to the rack to try to score there. They gave it to him out of bounds instead. They said it was before the shot that Nadelhofer committed the foul. Here comes Asbury inbounding the ball now to number 52. That's Steve Crump. Crump looks to start up the offense. Johnson popping out on the right side now, working on Pitts. Around a screen between the legs dribble now. Brings it back up top, way beyond the top of the key now. It looks to work, and it's stolen there by Rob Hammond. Hammond unable to come up with it. Steve Crump drives all the way to the hole. Matt Trends altering the shot, and Charles Ridley corrals the rebound. Hammond gets it now and back to Ridley. Brings it up now to Pitts. Pitts crosses the timeline, dribbles up to the top of the key, working on Johnson. Gives it now to Marcus Nelson, who's subbed into the game for Matt Nadelhofer. Popping out is Hammond. He gets it on the left wing. Baseline now is Charles Ridley. The fear gives it up to Marcus Nelson, now up top of the left wing. Reverses the ball to Pitts, looking inside for Hammond. Hammond dribbles once, the fadeaway, no fakes. He gives it to Marcus Nelson, wide open left baseline, three on the way, no good. Brought down by number 33, Art McMahon. McMahon pushes it the other way, gives it all the way up top to Steve Crump. He fires from three, no good. Pitts with the rebound. Pitts the other way for the Crusaders, 3-on-2. Lost the ball, gives it up to Hammond. Hammond to Ridley, and Ridley's cut from behind with a foul call. The foul on 52, Steve Crump, coming in, almost made a great block on Charles Ridley. He was slow in getting up.
Crump was up there. He had a great block on Ridley.
I think if Rob Hammond had gotten rid of that ball to Ridley a little sooner, or if Ridley had hurried a little more, they could have gotten that one to go as Ridley hits the first free throw. But instead he'll go to the line and get 2 points that way, it looks like, as Ridley's second offering good, nothing but the bottom of the net. And a 20-point advantage for the Crusaders, 57-37 with 14 minutes to go in the ball game. Back the other way is Johnson, between the legs dribble at the top of the key. Looks to go inside for 53, but Trents plays him, denying the post. Cross screens on the baseline, driving in is Johnson. He stops and fires from 8. He's got it. I tell you, Johnson is a tough player, Christian. He's done a number of penetrating moves tonight and shot the 3.
Yeah, there's some good basketball being played by both teams tonight.
Here's Marcus Nelson driving in from the left side, creating contact. Misses the shot, but gets the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. An 18-point lead now for the Crusaders of Wheaton College.
Fear, Charles Ridley. And Marcus Nelson's first free throw, good. Good to see him on the board.
Ridley in his spare time, aside from shooting baskets, also likes to follow the WWF and WCW. You'll see him carrying around his championship belt he bought at the store on occasion around campus. As the free throw's good by Marcus Nelson, 59-39, Crusaders on top. 13.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Scotty Olsen is checked on now for the Crusaders. Trends defensing number 53, but his turnaround is good. Ben Pookout, little 5-foot turnaround in the lane. Trends unable to get a hand on it. Draws them to within 18, but the Crusaders dominating pretty much here in the second half. Here's Olsen on the left wing, popping out, gives it to Ridley. Here's Marcus Nelson for 3. He's got it!
Good to see Marcus Nelson hit his first 3 of the year. Hope we see a lot of those this year.
62-41 Crusaders on top. Here's the pass inside for Price. Price moving down the lane, looks to give it up, but he's fouled. The foul looks to be on Trends.
I tell you, Price is the best of their abilities. At least it seems like it.
I'd like to see what they could do if they did set some screens, a little more conventional offense. We'll see what happens. Here's the inbounds. It comes to number 52, Steve Crump up top. We've seen him pull up for a couple of threes. He slaps Olsen's hand away from him here. Looks to make the drive on Olsen. Stutter steps between the legs, dribble, kicked it off his own leg, and almost lost it out of bounds. He throws an elbow into Olsen. No call there, though. Now the ball goes up top. It's controlled by number 33. That's Art McMahon. McMahon reverses the ball to Price. Trends guarding him now. Price drives all the way to the hoop. Nadelhofer and Trends on him. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Travis Senek. I mistook him for Trends because of the haircut, I think, at that point in time. But here comes Johnson back the other way after a rumble for the ball. The shot from the corner, no good. And Nadelhofer goes up and gets the rebound. Crump's offering, no good. Nadelhofer was fouled, though, as he went on that attempt. 62-41, Crusaders with a 22-point advantage, 12:25 left to go. The Crusaders now have on the court Matt Nadelhofer, Marcus Nelson, Rob Hammond checking in for Trends, Olsen, and Travis Senek.
And on that last play, I believe they didn't call a foul. The ball actually bounced off the rim and hit the support of the basket, so they're going to call it dead ball, Crusaders ball.
Oh, well, so much for the rebound attempt. Nadelhofer working on that triple-double, maybe.
That's right.
Here comes Senek across the timeline. He gives it to Nadelhofer. Popping out is Marcus Nelson. Nelson, the reversal. Now it's swung all the way around. Senek's offering his three from the left side. And the first shot attempted by Senek in his career mirrors that of his brother. A splash three, and 3 points early on for Senek. 65-41 Crusaders, and a shot attempt there by Asbury goes wide, but a foul call.
I think they called intentional foul. They did. They called an intentional foul on the Crusaders. I'm not sure who they called it on. It might be Marcus over by the bench to figure out why they called an intentional foul, and I can't believe they called an intentional foul. It's somewhat ridiculous.
Really no motive for an intentional foul, even. I mean, to call an intentional foul in that situation, it'd have to be pretty blatant, and there certainly was no blatant foul right there.
I agree.
In any case, he hits both free throws, though, and it's 65-43, and Asbury will keep the ball.
Interesting call here by the referees. This is the reverse this one also.
Yes, I think you're right, Christian. But in any case, it will be Asbury College ball. The inbound the ball. Price gets it now. Price up top. Gives it to Tony Johnson on the right wing. Johnson driving past Marcus Nelson, but Nelson with a great block. No, they call a foul. They're going to say a shove to the back. Maybe it was on Hammond, but it looked to me like Marcus Nelson did a good job of making up and recovering there. We're going to see a new player for the Crusaders, Jess Bennett, in the game. Crusaders up 65-43, and we'll probably see a number of the reserves get some action from here on in.
I think so, Brent. This is a 22-point game here, so I think the Crusaders can afford to give their younger guys some experience.
The first offering, no good. The second one is good, though, from Johnson, and Tony Johnson draws them to within 21. Back the other way, rushes the ball is Senek. Popping out is Bennett on the left, or actually right baseline, rather. Senek now has it on the right wing, working on the much smaller Johnson. Underneath is Nadelhofer, wide open, and he lays it in. A great pass from Senek.
Nadelhofer now is 16 in the ball game.
Back the other way is Johnson. Johnson guarded by Bennett. Now he's seeing his first duty, as we said before. The freshman getting his toes wet here in some early varsity action in this season. Here's 52 with it. He drives the lane to the hole, lays it up, no good, front rim. Hammond gives it immediately to Nadelhofer through traffic, and a reach-in foul. He couldn't resist. Steve Crump, after missing that last shot, was unable to resist reaching in. Matt Nadelhofer, you know, he's so good at bringing that ball up the court. Even
just before he committed that foul, drove in, tried to draw some contact. He'll sit down on the bench, and Scotty Olsen basically has taken him out of this game. He's frustrated.
Here's Nadelhofer on the right wing, backing his man down. Lost the ball momentarily. Now drives the right baseline. He's doubled underneath, looking for an outlet. He goes all the way underneath. They're going to say he stepped on the baseline. He kicked it out for Rob Hammond, whose shot was good, but it was too late. They said he stepped on the end line, and it's 67-44. Crusaders with a big lead here. 10:57 left in the ball game.
Young unit in here, and I think Nadelhofer's getting a little frustrated because they're not moving around, and Nadelhofer wants a few more assists after 10 in the first half.
Here's the three offering, no good for McMahon. The ball tapped around. Nadelhofer is able to control it. He's got Senek up court as well as Rob Hammond. Let's see who he goes to. He lost the ball, though. Oh, he faked the behind the back pass, and here's a bullet down low to Senek. Kicks it out for Olsen. His shot is rims no good. Senek with a big board goes up strong, and he's fouled. A great job of crashing the boards. Travis Senek.
Nice to see a freshman go in there, similar to Trent's. first time on the Wheaton set, similar to his brother Jason. So I see the Seneca roar runs in the family.
Let's see if he can get the fist pumping as well, like Jason used to do. The first free throw is good. 68-44 Crusaders. And I tell you, Seneca with that 6'3", 190-pound frame, as the second free throw is also good, can afford to crash the boards. He's a very big player for a guard. He does a great job of getting in there inside and mixing it up. He's not afraid to. Here's Pitts back in the ballgame now. Olsen and Pitts doubling Tony Johnson, and his pass errant. Rob Hammond got a hand on it, but it's finally taken in by number 53. His shot no good. 42 grabs it and throws it outside to 32. Up top now, they reverse the ball to Johnson. He drives. The runner is good. Bank shot. A nice shot there by Tony Johnson, scoring 69-46. Crusaders up by 23 with 10 minutes left in the ball game. Rob Hammond brings it up on the left side now. Looks to set up the offense. Popping out is Scotty Olsen up top. Now he reverses the ball on the right wing to Pitts. He looks down low for Nadelhofer. He's in the post. He can do some damage down there. He turns to the middle of the lane. Fakes, shoots, no, just short. Grabs his own rebound. And they're going to call him for over the back.
Nadelhofer not getting any breaks from the officials tonight. That's about the third call that is a little bit questionable on Nadelhofer. And Nadelhofer looks like he just got turned down for a date or something. He's upset.
Wow, 69-46, still a 23-point advantage. And Johnson brings it the other way for Asbury. He looks for some men to pop out. Here's McMahon on the right wing now. McMahon cutting hard is number 32, Jeremy Orm. We've seen him in limited action tonight. Travis Senex guarding him. McMahon now has it on the right wing. He drives from the L, shoots. Got it, nothing but the bottom of the net as Asbury pulls to within 21. But I think Wheaton has this one well in hand here, Christian. Not to be too quick to say, but here's Olsen on the right wing. Looking inside. Instead, Hammond brings it outside. They look down low. Nadelhofer thought he had a quick pass possibility to Pitts. Instead, he drives to the hole. They're going to call a foul. The contact created by Nadelhofer results in a foul or a hoop almost every time, Christian, and a lot of times it's both.
It seems like it.
You said in the pregame interview that Nadelhofer sees the floor probably as well as anybody he's ever coached. And here's a pass from Nadelhofer inbounds to Hammond. His three on the way, no good. 69-48, Crusaders on top. And rushing it the other way is Orm for Asbury. The Eagles now looking to cut into this lead. Orm driving down the lane, a nice shot and a foul from behind. Wow, twists his way to the hole, banks it in. Kind of a desperation fling there, but it's good. 69-50. They've made it below 20 points here, and Orm goes to the line to cut it to 18.
Yeah, that shot is fittingly shot in Centennial Gymnasium on the campus of Wheaton College because it definitely was a prayer. And
Orm's free throw rolls around the rim and drops.
He's got some more left.
69-51, Crusaders with an 18-point lead. Nadelhofer brings it hurriedly up the court on the left side. Stops the wing now between the legs dribble. Looks for Pitts on the other side. They're calling a charge on Nadelhofer. What a flop! Wow! Number 10, Nathan Brown, checking into the game for the first time, draws the foul on Nadelhofer. It looked to me like he reached in with his left hand, and that's what created the contact. He's holding his nose now. I think he has a bloody nose from the shoulder he received from Nadelhofer, but I tell you, Christian, I think that it wasn't Nadelhofer that initiated that contact.
No, I think number 10 just pulled a Buster Douglas and fell at any contact. I don't think there was any real contact there. And Nadelhofer just about tore his bangs out of his head after that call.
Here's a move from Johnson, driving down the lane, scoops it up, no good. A great board by Trent. He's really been an animal inside tonight as far as rebounding. Cross-court pass, a board from Seneca to Ridley, splash! 72-51 Crusaders. The fear, Charles Ridley with a
23 points, Brent. 23 for Ridley.
Wow, he has just been explosive. So many layups he's gotten too. It's made it easy for him to score tonight. A great pass there from Seneca, seeing the court well. Here's Seneca playing defense this time in the left corner. They get it outside, number 32. Orm way off the mark. The rebound from 42. He puts it in over Hammond. A good rebound there. Offensive board crashing by Asbury. The Eagles looking to cut the lead, but it's 72-53 Crusaders. From high atop Centennial, Brent Michelle, Christian Magoon bringing you Crusader basketball. And in their first effort this season, they're looking to go away with winning. Here's Rob Hammond, a splash from three from the left wing. 75-53, the Crusaders pouring it on here as we're nearing the end of this ball game. 7:38 to go. Crusaders up 22, and there's no stopping them now. Tony Johnson brings it now to Wes Pitts. Looking around a screen from 42. Pitts recovers though. Johnson gives it up now to number 42. That's Brody Taphorn. Gets it back outside to Orm. Orm with a brick last time down the court. Here's the shot from number 10, Nathan Brown. A nice little turnaround Jay there. Cuts the lead to 20.
Did I tell you what? tell you what, Brett, I'm surprised to see West Pitts out on the floor right now. They have the game in hand. Hannon misses a 3, and Ridley rebounds and gets fouled. But West Pitts has some knee problems, and some people know who've been around the basketball program that he's
get on a roll here against this weak Asbury team, and I think that he's hoping that maybe West can hit some shots and get some confidence going into next game, and for the season to go on. For him to start off with a game which he's not very successful, I don't think that's good. I think maybe the psychology is playing into this role here, trying to get Pitts a little more confidence and trying to get his mind at ease here after what was a slow start in this game for West Pitts. The free throws no good there. Actually, the first one was good. The second one not good on the way from Ridley. 76-55. Crusaders a 21-point advantage as Price brings it across the timeline now for the Asbury College Eagles. He holds it now on the right wing, dribbles on Ridley. And the pass no good. He was looking for Nathan Brown, who started up at the top of the key, but was unable to corral that pass. It was thrown wide. The Crusaders benefiting from an easy turnover.
Yeah, good defense by Marcus Nelson. He was chasing the guy, and the guy went back door, and the pass just was errant.
West Pitts now on a trend screen up top, works off it again to the right side. He's going to the hole and hard. He shoots, no foul call, but a lot of contact there. West Pitts can't be happy about that. The rebound pulled down by number 42, Thompson. He gets it ahead to 14, and Johnson lays it in. Marcus Nelson avoiding the intentional foul that time. 76-57, the Crusaders up by 19. Nelson brings it across half court, brings it toward Hammond's direction, reverses it instead. No, he doesn't. Thought he was going to reverse it to Pitts there, but he stops. Now he does give it to West, but on the right side, he dribbles toward the wing. Pitts working on his man, looking to drive baseline. Instead, he kicks it back out to Marcus Nelson. Popping out here on the left side is Hammond. He gives it to Ridley. His shot on the way, no good.
He traveled when he tried to square up for the ball and took a step back, and he just traveled. But
I think Ridley was getting a little greedy there. I think he wanted to step back and get a three-pointer on that one.
Well, Ridley, not known to be greedy and not known to be a ball hog, those of you who know him would laugh, and he would laugh about that too, because he loves scoring. So, but it's nice to see him out there playing and getting some shots.
I think they've shared the ball pretty well tonight. Everybody seems to be getting their looks. And here's a foul here. I think it was on Ridley reaching in there. And one-on-one will be the free throw situation as Jason Price goes to the line. No, it's going to be Crusaders with a whooping so far, Christian.
That's right. And I think I realized why West Pitts is still in the game this late, even though he's got some achy knees. I think we're going to see an alley-oop to Pitts coming up pretty soon.
Here's Nadelhofer bringing it the other way, stops and gives it to Marcus Nelson. His fake, no good on the shot attempt after that, but Matt Trenz is there. He lays it in. There's the strength you were talking about, Lagoon. Laying it in was Matt Trenz. A nice little effort there. He'll go to the Pitts. Alley-oop play, perhaps.
Well, Crusader basketball the last 3 years have had alley-oop plays to Tim Seneff, especially known to throw down, and now the premier dunker is West Pitts. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try to get him involved offensively by throwing up a little lob. Everybody knows he can sure throw down hard.
Oh, let's see. Trent's offering is good from the free throw line. Here's a pass. It's errant from number 14, Johnson, and Matt Nadelhofer, just before going out of bounds, alertly calls a timeout. We saw him do that a number of times last year. It's just exciting to see what a basketball mind he triple-double. Here's the inbounds. Marcus Nelson gets it back from Pitts now and brings it across half court, spins on his man toward the left wing, popping out is Nadelhofer. So Nelson, Nadelhofer, and Pitts the guards. Here's Pitts, the three at the reversal, just a bit long. Pitts seemed a little tired after missing that one. He's definitely frustrated right now. Back the other way is McMahon. His two-footer on the way from the baseline. No good. Fighting for it was Trenz, but he ended up fouling Ben Bookout. Trenz picks up what I believe is his fourth foul here.
Yeah, stay in and rack up some stats.
First free throw good from Bookout. 79-58. Crusaders on top by 21. Second offering no good, but it's tracked down by Brody Taphorn. Taphorn gives it up top to Price. His three from the left wing. Got it. And they draw to within 18 points, Christian.
Interesting.
5:02 left in the game. Across the court in a hurry comes Nadelhofer. He drives all the way to the hole, backs it out, fakes it. What a move! Nadelhofer faked this man right out of his jock and laid it in. 81-61, a 20-point advantage for the Crusaders. Under 5 minutes in the contest, the Crusaders winning this one convincingly. Here's Johnson the other way. Pitts guarding him at the top of the key. We've seen him pull up and shoot a three from there a number of times tonight, but he calls a timeout instead. Asbury wants to talk it over. What do you think of this Crusader team in this early season first game? They've looked very sharp to me, Christian. On offense, they've been really having their way with Asbury the whole night. Deep, just sparking this Wheaton attack. He's out there now with Pitts, Senek, Hammond, and Olson. Hammond checking back on. He really didn't want to go out, as you said before. He's back on already. Here's Johnson working on Pitts, trying to make a move around a screen now. He drives to the baseline, between the legs, crosses back over, gives it up to number 42. Taphorn now reverses the ball inside the pass, stolen away by Hammond. Here's Nadelhofer so quickly coming the other way, trying to no-look bounce pass, too difficult to handle, and coming the other way is number 33, McMahon. He hands it off to 42, and it's good. The lay-in by Taphorn. West Pitts gambled on that one and lost on that play, but 81-63, the Crusaders on top by 18 with 4 minutes to go. Here's Senek on the left wing, dribbles, looks inside now. Scotty Olson flashes up top. Senek makes the move, drives all the way to the hole, gives it to Hammond. He fakes, but had it stripped away by Johnson. It'll stay Wheaton ball with 19 left on the shot clock.
Poor West Pitts out there. He looks like he's just had a rough night. He's shaking his head, and he's by himself talking to the ref. I think he's just ready to bag this game, call it a night, and get up tomorrow morning and see if he can pour in 20 or so tomorrow night. Still a bit of a rough night for him.
That's right, but it's good to see him shooting the shots, though.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if they're falling or not. You've got to look to West Pitts for leadership in this team.
That's right.
Here's Matt Nadelhofer. He's provided his leadership tonight. Drives the lane. The short one, no good. Pitts grabs the long rebound way up top. He looks to pass now, dribbles to his right. Out is Olson now, the three. Thought about, but no effort there by Scotty Olson. Here's the lay-in, the reverse lay-in by Olson. Nobody's fouled. Somebody grabbed a hold of him on that attempt. He'll go to the line. A good free throw shooter is Scotty Olson. He'll get 2 to shoot. 81-63, Crusaders on top with 3:31 left.
Player, as far as following the system and what Coach Harris wants, he had a great backdoor cut there and got himself in the line, made his first free throw, and the second will be on the way here.
A very fundamental player is Scott Olson. He's really not like, you're not going to look at him and say, this guy's an incredible athlete, but he really gets it done through hard work and paying attention to the fundamentals.
Tri-captain this year.
That's right. He hit both free throws, and it's 83-63, a 20-point advantage. Here's number 42 down the lane. He flashes to the post. They hit him with a good pass, but he's fouled from behind. I think the foul's on Senek. No, it's Olson getting the push from behind. So 101 to the line.
In come Marcus Nelson and Ridley. Marcus Allen is not playing for the Crusaders. He's with the Chiefs. Packer fans would wish that he was playing for the Crusaders, probably. But that's besides the point. Nadelhofer with a great night tonight. He had 10 assists in the first half. I don't know if he had any in the second, but he didn't need to make any in the second.
The free throw good there by McMahon. Only one, though, and actually both, were made by McMahon. 83-64 now. 3:15 and counting in the ball game. Be sure to tune in afterwards. The post-game show with Coach Harris. He'll be making his way up here after the game. We'll talk to him a little while. Here's Hammond faking the move on the right baseline now. Kicks it up top. Ridley thought about a three now. Drives. Kicks it to actually Scotty Olson. He drives to the hole. Lays it up. No rims. No good. Around and out. Here's Brody Thompson making a great effort to save it, but his foot was on the line, they say, and under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. It's 83-64 Crusaders. Brent Michelle, Christian Magoon on hand, bringing you the first effort here from the Crusaders this year.
Great year in sports for the Crusaders. Football had a great season, 1 loss. Then soccer, #1 in the nation, no losses. Hopefully the Crusaders basketball program can do just as well.
Here's the pass from Ridley inside for Hammond. He was fouled from behind by Taphorn, and I'd say with 83-64 the lead with 2:49 to go, this one's
season. It's not tournament time or anything. It's the first game of the season, and here they're really pushing it to the max. You see guys diving on the 4-foot balls. You can tell that they want and they realize that each game is very important in the big picture.
Hammond misses the first free throw, but the second is good, giving the Crusaders a 20-point lead. Tony Johnson brings it across the timeline, gives it now to number 33, Art McMahon. Senek guarding him close. Marcus Nelson is on Johnson, who gets it on the right wing. He stops and pops from about 10. No good. Tap on the way by Taphorn, and it's good. Senek brings it up the right side now, crossing the timeline. He's picked up by Price. He gives the ball now to Hammond on the right wing. Hammond stops and fires. Oh, a nice shot. A pull-up J there by Rob Hammond.
Pretty.
Score it. Counted. It's 86-66. Crusaders up 20. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Marcus Nelson D'ing Tony Johnson up top right now. Johnson with left-hand dribble crosses over to his right. Looking for some action here. He calls timeout. I think they're frustrated in their offense. Asbury really, I mean, their offense doesn't really seem to have much structure to it, and they really got to count on a lot of movement, and the Crusaders maybe just getting caught up amongst the players inside, but they don't set aggressive screens. They don't really have an aggressive offense at 6 o'clock, and we'll be on hand afterwards to bring the Crusaders versus Wabash. 8 o'clock will be the time of tip-off unless the first game runs a little long, as tonight's did. We started just a tad late tonight due to that, but with 2 minutes left in the ball game, just under 2 minutes, it's 86-66 Crusaders. A foul there as the pass intended for Taphorn was unable to be caught. I think it was Trends with a push from behind.
And Brent, the namesake of this tournament, Coach Lee Fund, a very godly man and a very successful man in Wheaton athletic history. He won 5 College Conference of Illinois championships while he coached the basketball team, and in 1957 his team won the NCAA Collegiate Division National Championship. So some great tradition here for Wheaton basketball, and we're glad that we can have a tournament honoring one of the founding fathers, so to speak, of Wheaton basketball, Coach Lee Fund.
So the second effort from Taphorn is no good. 86-67, the Crusaders with a 19-point lead and holding it. Senek controls on the right wing now, dribbles, makes the move on his man Price, gives it to Ridley, who pops out amongst the three-point line there on the right baseline. Ridley dribbles back up to the wing, between the legs, now stops and fires. Ridley, nothing but net. Wow, a gutsy shot by Ridley. He makes him pay a dart. That is just right in the heart of the Eagles of Asbury College. Indeed, amazing, Christian. 89-67 with 1:12 left to go in the ballgame. Marcus Nelson fighting on the defense through the screen there. Here's some denial. Trent stepping up. Great help defense there. Marcus Nelson and Trent both doing a good job of rotation there, recovering for the men who have stepped up and rotated and helped out. A good job there. The Crusaders have really played great defense since early on.
They sure have. It's been fun to watch. The first couple minutes were a little painful, but...
Ooh, Trent's falling asleep right there. The easy deuce for Ben Bookout. A nice spot there by Tony Johnson inbounding the ball, and I'm sure Coach will let Trent have it for that one, but
that's right.
Ridley will bring it the other way. A little bit of lapse in defense there. Here's the baseline grab by Scotty Olsen. He throws it up top. Marcus Nelson, his three on the way from up top, and I tell you, it's good. The Crusaders, these guys are sharpshooters tonight. The second half, they finally started to hit their threes. The first half, a woeful 1 of 10, but this second half has brought changes. The Crusaders hitting. Here's a drive and a foul. I think it might be on Marcus Nelson again. 92-69 Crusaders up top. A blocking foul there. And on the line shooting 2 will be Jason Price.
And Brent, unofficial stats here for Charles Ridley, the Fear. Unofficially, he's 4 for 6 from three-point land after starting out 1 for 3. And my unofficial stats say that he's got 26 points to lead the Crusaders tonight.
Wow, what an effort from Charles the Fear Ridley, as the first free throw is good, 92-70. And you can't speak enough about how Charles Ridley's really provided the offensive lift he was expected to tonight. I tell you, everybody seems to be fulfilling their roles. Matt Nadelhofer's come on, the second free throw good there, making it 92-71. Nadelhofer's done what's been expected of him. Senek's coming in, done a great job. Rob Hammond's done well, and Trent has played decent defense and rebounded well. Here's Senek running the floor all the way and lays it in. A great job there, Travis Senek getting into the game, 94-71. Senek's done a great job. Really, signs to come are all positive from Senek after this first effort. Here's Price around a screen. Ridley playing some good D there. Taps it away. Scotty Olsen controls it. Throws it ahead to Senek. Senek's got Marcus Nelson with him, but he keeps it. Tap attempt by Nelson after Senek missed the layup. No good. I think Senek might have wanted to give that one up. Here's the pull-up 3 attempt by Price. Rolls around and out. Scotty Olsen corrals it. He's fouled from behind by number 10. Reaching in there was Nathan Brown. With 12.1 to go in the contest, this one will belong to the Crusaders. 94-71, they'll walk the length of the court so that Olsen can
into the 96-97 season. Look, they're looking very impressive, Brett.
Olsen's first shot's no good there, but I tell you, you're right. You're exactly right, Christian. That's absolutely correct. They have looked very sharp here after a quick onslaught early on by Asbury. They took a 10-2 lead, but the Crusaders have fought back and haven't looked back ever since then.
That's
as
right.
The clock is winding down. 95-71 the score right now, as Olsen was able to shoot his free throws. Here's the pass underneath. A great block from behind by Trent. Marcus Nelson tried to give him a behind-the-back pass, I think. A last-ditch effort, a 3 shot by Price. No good, and 95-71 the final score. The Crusaders getting the job done in their first effort. Don't go away, folks. We have Coach Harris coming up for post-game momentarily. The team's shaking hands now, but it was a thorough whipping right tonight. Wheaton College getting it done. The Crusaders are just, what can you say about this effort? Christian?
Well, you have to be impressed. Last year, early in the season, I don't believe the Crusaders were as prepared or did as well. It's good to see that they're coming out here and shooting the ball well. There's a lot of people who are scoring points. Nadelhofer rose to the occasion tonight. 16 points and over 10 assists. Ridley at about 26 points. These are all unofficial numbers, but they look sharp after that initial onslaught. I'm excited about this season. I'm going to